What is up, my dudes, and that one girl is ready for a good laugh? This is Bikes, Beards, and Brews. Let's kick that intro. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Before we kick this one off, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification. New videos are coming weekly. You ring that bell, you know when they drop. Let's get the other stuff out of the way. Want to save 10% on a Cardo communicator or save some money on some Beyond Riders gear or on some Hogworks gear? Then you should definitely check my referral links down below. Want to support me and all my do-gooderness like these cool guys here? Boom! Then you should become part of the Brew Crew and join the coffee page down below. Want to know why I'm asking you for money? Well, next to those 10,000 Amazon affiliate links that also go to a good cause is a link explaining what I do with your money. Get it, got it, cool, let's move on. Alright guys, so today we are going to be talking about Indian Motorcycle's newest release, the Signature Series. Now, if that sounds a little dorky, it is. But it's also just a rehash of something they've already done. Let's dive into that just a little bit more and you'll see why this is something that I think is just dumb. It is so dumb, and I don't know what Indian is thinking with this move. Now, for those of you unaware, Indian Motorcycles, for a while now, has had a special series of bikes that they would put out every year called the Elite Series. It usually involved a couple of the baggers and a couple of the touring models. It came out with limited numbers, so usually just a handful, few hundred. I think last year the Challenger came out with about 330, I think was the number, give or take. And those bikes came with their numbered plate, a special paint job, and a few little bells and whistles too that kind of separate them from the rest of the pack. Not too much, but in fairness, Indian also kept the prices fairly reasonable in respect to the rest of the bikes that they have in the lineup. Now, as of 2026, Indian has retired the Elite line. They actually changed the Elite line into an Elite membership that has like free shipping and all that other stuff. Think Hog membership for Harley Davidson, but instead of creating something with a new name, they just decided to kill a whole motorcycle lineup and take that for whatever, man. Whatever. This is what they're doing. And from those ashes, Indian Motorcycle has now introduced the Signature Series. Now, with a name like the Signature Series, you should be expecting something pretty amazing, right? Like, we should be seeing like the best of the best with the stereo system, maybe an upgraded TFT screen, maybe a few extra parts bolted onto that thing, maybe some rims that are exclusive to just this bike, something like that, right? Yeah, no. They are painting the bikes and they are numbering them to be extremely limited. Now, extremely limited is a 250 count per model. Now, when I say model, I mean the Challenger, the Chieftain Power Plus, the Roadmaster, and the Pursuit. Those are the four that are getting the Signature Series. The Challenger and the Chieftain are expected to be right around 41,000, while the Pursuit and the Roadmaster are coming in closer to 47,000. And this really is just a huge issue because when I was zooming in on a lot of these pictures, trying to check it out, trying to see what else is there besides paint, because let's be honest, when you watch their teaser video, and you check out the website, really all there is paint. They're like, look, we hand painted this. We really painted this. We did an awesome job painting this. Have you seen the paint? This paint is awesome. That is it. That's what they're doing. That is the signature. The signature is paint. Nothing else has been updated on these bikes. If anything, I feel like it might have been rolled back. You were just getting stock floorboards, stock grips, like the stock stereo that they already have in their bikes. There is nothing really separating this bike from the next model down. It is kind of depressing to see. Now, don't get me wrong. The paint is awesome. This paint looks great. All 4 models look incredible. They are so well done, and I can definitely see the appeal and the allure to that paint job on all of them. They all have their own little touches and nuances, but it's a hard pill to swallow when you can just get a bike that doesn't have that super custom paint, but you literally get everything else that comes in the Signature Series line for much cheaper. What makes this more amusing is all the people that simp for Indian all the time sit there and talk about how much better it is than Harley, how they're doing more than Harley, how they are just conquering Harley. This is just the Harley playbook. I have dragged Harley many times before for just putting out a bike with a new paint job and trying to advertise that as something new, great, and just huge. And it's not. It's a paint job. You are charging people for paint. And that's what we've got going on here. Indian Motorcycle, the company, and Indian Motorcycle, the fans. If you're going to keep attacking Harley, stop trying to be exactly like Harley. It's a little embarrassing and it's not a good look for you guys. Now, with that said, Harley is getting away from this and they are doing much better things with their CVO line, which would be comparable to the Signature Series as it was comparable to the Elite line. If you want to take the Road Glide CVO ST and compare it to what's going on over here, that thing is blowing the wheels off of what Indian just gave you. When you look at the Road Glide CVO ST, that is coming in at $45,000. But for that $45,000, you are getting a custom paint job that is not something that you're going to get on the other models, the same as the Signature Series, but you're getting the 121 high output engine, which is something you can't get with the other bikes, which is putting out 127 horsepower and 145 foot-pound of torque on a bike with a curb weight of 838 pounds. Now you compare that to the Challenger that they've got going right now, and that's 226 horsepower with 133 foot-pound of torque and a curb weight of 855 pounds. Now on top of that, the Road Glide CVO ST has a carbon fiber front fender, a carbon fiber rear cowl where the rear passenger seat would be, carbon fiber accents on the exhaust and on the gas tank. It's running fully adjustable piggyback shocks on the rear and fully adjustable front shocks. It has the additional ride modes, including a track mode that you can choose from and a few customizable ones that you can plug in and do what you wish with. And then it's got the other CVO touches like the CVO seat and a couple other things, but nonetheless, way more to separate it from the next bike down in the Road Glide lineup, something that Indian is not doing with their bikes. And price-wise, there's not a huge gap between this and the Signature Series Challenger. And really, I don't know about you, but if I'm hearing the word Signature Series, I'm thinking the best of the best, the creme de la creme. You are putting your best foot forward. You are showing us everything you have to offer. And if this is what you have to offer, Indian is in trouble. Like I said, stock floorboards, stock grips, stock shifters, stock everything, stock exhaust, stock seat. There is nothing here but a paint job. I mean, what's that old saying? Putting lipstick on a pig? Now the argument might be, oh, well, they're extremely limited. Yeah, 250 units per model. But as I've shown in previous videos, and as I will show right here, right now, they have a very hard time selling their bikes, even the limited ones. I found 2024 brand new Elite Challengers sitting on the floor at MSRP that still are not sold. It has been 2 years. This bike only had 350 pieces, give or take. It was under 400, and they were unable to sell all of them. 2 years later, they are still unable to sell all of them. That is not a good look at all. So you can make things as limited as you want. If no one's buying them, it doesn't matter. Now look, with Indian being sold yet again, I didn't expect much this year or next year. I kind of expected this to kind of be a carryover year where they kind of threw some paint on the bikes and kept going and kind of regrouped and then moved forward. And so this kind of falls into that. The problem is they're running these political attack ads against their competitors. They're trying to pretend that this signature series is something impressive. They're doing all these little things where maybe they should just kind of keep their heads down, regroup, and come back stronger. And that's what's making them look so bad right now. Indian, you want to do something that's going to impress people? Why don't you update that tired old TFT screen that has been around for over 8 years? It's still that 14-inch TFT with like no updates to it. It's small, it's boring, it is not competitive with your competitors that you keep attacking. And then you've got the Challenger that has been the exact same for about 8 years. It's about time to update that. That thing is very long in the tooth. Like, do some stuff that is interesting. Do something to refresh your line. Show people that Indian still has a pulse and it is still worth paying attention to. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I don't want Indian to fail. I don't want them to go out of business. I want them to grow. I want them to get stronger, and I want them to be competitive, because competition breeds innovation. And it also forces everyone around them to be better in general. So the better they do, the better Harley does, the better Kawasaki does, the better Honda does, the better all of these companies do, because they are competing against each other. Every time one of these companies falls, every time one of these companies folds, goes out of business, steps away from a certain market, it makes it that much easier for the competition to get lazy and to kind of sit back and just rest on their laurels. And I don't want that. I want Indian to succeed. This is not the path. This is garbage. Like, this is just hilariously bad garbage. Indian, seriously, you need to wake up and you need to like get your head back in the game, because right now you are completely checked out. I don't care how many different ways you repaint a bike. Between this, between like the whole 125th anniversary series that you just put out, that's also limited and also supposed to be the best, you are falling flat, and it is embarrassing. I don't know. That's what I've got. What do you guys got? Are you impressed with the signature series? Do you think Indian is going in the right direction here? Or do you think this is another misstep? Sound off in the comments down below. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification, share this video with friends, share it with family, share it with that one dude you know who's like, Indian's totally different than Harley. No, it's not. Shut up. He hates this stuff. Trust me. I'll see you all on the flip side.